Galatasaray were 4-4-2 out of possession. We weren't 100% sure whether they would be 4-4-2 or 4-2-3-1, but as it was, Belhanda was injured on the build-up to the game, so they went 4-4-2 out of possession. Our idea, we tried to use Al-Hadji Giro when we had the ball to really sort of stretch their back four to put length into the game as much as possible, to open up some spaces for Saman and Ken here. The wing backs to sort of position to start to work their sort of midfield block here, and then using Fouad and Brewer, two central players behind their pressing strikers to attract the two midfielders of Galatasaray to again open up this space to the side of them. We used a back three with the goalkeeper to make it hard for them to press us, and to also again try to open up that space. If we beat their press with for example the right-sided centre back here, we could play 3 versus 2 against Galatasaray's defensive structure, to either receive the ball in the space here or to try and get the ball in the space here, and then we'd look to attack the box with the rest of our team. Defensively, we tried to put pressure high initially, to make them kick the ball longer, because once they had build up, they were quite patient, so we wanted to try and reduce the time we were out of possession. And to do that, we tried to split their back four with our front three and get ready if the ball went from goalkeeper to full back to sort of press laterally, sort of in the wide areas here. So a wing back goes out to the full back, and then a central midfield player, centre back, comes out and deals with their wide player on this side, and we sort of come across in that situation. But we also recognised that the quality of the goalkeeper was a really high level, so he would often be able to they'd often be able to stretch us back here and open up some spaces for him to be able to deliver balls to their fullback, and then beat our press. But when they did that, that was the sort of cue for us to set back in a lower block. So we almost ended up in a back five then, with our two holding midfield players, and then our two wide players filled in the spaces, sort of zonally to cover these areas to the side of our midfield players. So as their front two are here, there's their. So once they'd got the ball in a comfortable build-up situation, we knew that the centre-backs and the two midfield players would try to control the game, be comfortable on the ball, to push their full-backs into width, and then they would try and get bodies and players in between our lines here. So it was important for us that they used the back five to be able to defend the half spaces here, and here, and obviously tuck round when that was happening, so make sure that the distances for the midfield players weren't too big. We also wanted to make sure that the distances that these covered weren't huge going forward, so we used Al-Hadji here to be able to support that space. So this space became smaller with the use of Al-Hadji. He would often drop back into supporting these two midfielders, and then we played Saman and Ken on any transition. So when they attacked down this side, if we could win the ball back in this area, we knew that there was a transition there and a transition there, because they pushed their full-backs on, and then the forward could run off from there.